Okay, so we are starting Ujima Wednesdays, Co-Direct Wednesday, December 7th. First, I'd see some members of our anchor institution team here, so I think we'll just start with giving you some space to talk about an event that is happening tomorrow, which is the pilot briefing. So is it okay to turn it over to you, Steve, so that you can talk about tomorrow's pilot briefing?
Sure, I can give a brief update on that. Let's see, pilot. Pilot stands for payment in lieu of taxes. It's a horrible acronym, but what it means is since 2010, the institutions, the universities, hospitals, any nonprofit that has more than $15 million worth of property is supposed to make a contribution to the city of Boston equal to 1/8 of what they would pay if they were for profit, and then also do community benefits of a like amount. Pilot Action Group was created about 3 or 4 years ago, I guess 4 years ago now. Because they weren't fulfilling the bargain, and also there wasn't really much of a definition as to what community benefit was, so kind of anything goes almost. And we've had some victories. So the briefing will talk about that. We got a reassessment of property that was supposed to happen according to that 2010 agreement every 5 years. It finally happened in 2021 and 22. So only 7 years late, but we got it. And now one of the goals is to make that usable information for the public. And also, we'll be asking folks to sign on to a letter to Mayor Wu and the city council to basically pressure our public officials to implement pilot more effectively, create a task force, and set some, work with community groups to set some rules to the road, so that the institutions in our area can actually contribute to the needs of the community. And we're talking about something on the order of, if you add it all up, somewhere close to potentially $100 million a year in resources. So this is real money that could really make a difference in areas like housing, transportation, education. So the more people we can have at the briefing tomorrow, the better. It's at 7 o'clock, shouldn't last more than an hour. And hope to see you there.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Steve. And just as a reminder, Ujima is one of the co-founders of the Pilot Action Group. Steve acts as a very good representative of Ujima in that space. So it definitely is one of our number one issues. So I will be there tomorrow. I do definitely highly recommend that as many people as possible show up to either just get updated on the latest if you've been following, or catch up and start to learn more about the issue if it's new. And as Steve has said, we're potentially talking about quite a bit of revenue that can be helpful with communities. And I would definitely say probably the word of 2022, and definitely I think the word of 2023, just when we think about all of the different conversations we're involved in, I think would be revenue, from ARPA to the millionaires tax to pilot to so many conversations that are happening. So thank you very much, Steve. So I'll just pause. Any questions, any comments in terms of what you've just heard from Steve? All right, great. I'll go to our next topic. So our next topic is our annual Investee report out. So that is happening next Wednesday during our workshop time. So next Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:15. And during this moment, this is when both members of Ujima as well as investors in the Ujima Fund, sometimes an overlapping group, but different groups of people have an opportunity to hear from our investees. And so right now that is Federal Co-op, which was our very first investment, Dorchester Food Co-op, our second investment, in Jazz Urbane, our third and latest investment. And it's just an opportunity for us just to hear from them how the year went, for them, any kind of challenges that have come up. Hopefully it's also an opportunity, if there are any challenges that they're experiencing, where they can let us know how we can be helpful. As fellow community members, maybe do some brainstorming, and also an opportunity for them to celebrate, let us know anything that they're proud of, anything that they'd like to brag about. And, I would say we can definitely share in their successes, as well as their challenges. So definitely as members, as investors, hopefully we all have shared stakes in the investments we've made and in the businesses that we're partnering with. So again, really encourage as many people as possible to come out next Wednesday to hear directly from our investees, and to celebrate them. And I'll pause to see if there are any questions or any comments with regards to the investee report out.
Is there a special registration for that, or just the usual?
Good question. I believe it is just the usual question. Let me double check. Let me just bring up this slideshow again really quickly. I appreciate that question because we have it on here. Let's see. Okay, I think it's the usual. Just going to our Facebook page because it isn't on the graphic. It is the usual. So you would register it online, and I'm going to post it in the chat. You register online at tinyurl.com/Ujima Wednesdays. And then what we also include in the Facebook invite, just for some additional information, is there's a link to the 2021 investee report out, just so you get an idea of what the conversation is. And then there's also a link to our latest investor report. So thank you for that question, Sioma. Okay, next topic. And just to give you a heads up, Mary and Gio, I may put you on the spot here a bit. So whatever you're doing, get ready. But next month is Reflection Month at Ujima. So this is where we hear from active member teams, and it's kind of like the investee report that I just talked about, where we're asking the member teams to reflect on the previous year and to talk with us about their challenges, their successes in 2021, any questions that they have for us or for fellow member teams. And I would say also any kind of advice or recommendations that they have for us and their fellow member teams. I'm going to put in here what the month is going to look like. So I'm dropping it in the chat. So the first week, January 4th, is co-direct. And so that co-direct will be staff reflections. And what we're also going to do that day is we're actually going to introduce a member survey. And here is where I'm going to call on either Mary or Gio to ask you just to say a little more about the survey. I know you're still working on it. I know it's not in final form, but if you could just kind of tell us what you know so far about the survey in terms of content, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, hey everyone. So for the survey, we really want to get like members' perception on their own participation, their experience on the Ujima programming, and then the own events and organizing that's been going on in their member teams. And then in addition to that, just trying to get updated information on people's contact information. Because one of the things we've noticed is that some phone numbers and emails are out of date. And so just also taking an opportunity to get some of that information updated, and just let members just like fully say how they feel and how their experience has been like in Ujima. Gio, if there's anything you'd like to add, feel free to.
Yeah, no, for sure. And a part of that contact info is also that home or mailing address. That was a big one, especially in terms of the gift giving that's being facilitated right now. Please follow up with us if you're expecting a Commonwealth Kitchen box. And I'm sure other Really Wonder membership gifts and incentives will follow. So please take that opportunity to fill out the upcoming survey. And always remember that like reflection and feedback should be an ongoing part of our culture. So always, speak, raise your voice, raise your need for support. And we can get this membership even more ablaze with participation in the new year. So yeah, any immediate questions for myself or Mary?
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Gio. So as I said, that first week we'll be introducing the survey. And then week 2, the following week, January 11th, we're actually going to have a speaker on reflection. And there will be an activity on reflection. And I don't know, Mary or Gio, if you have anything to tell us about the speaker, or if that's still being brainstormed.
Gio, can I answer? I'll answer that real quick. There's no immediate speaker being settled upon. That's still in the not quite the brainstorming process, but really just really trying to figure out who's available.
Okay.
So yeah, we can ongoing.
Okay, excellent. But that is exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. So that should be pretty cool. And then thank you so much, Gio. Week 3, the following week, team members, please take note because then you're up. So then this is when the Arts and Cultural Organizing and the Anchor Institution member teams are scheduled to do their reflection. So we'll hear from both teams that Wednesday, January 18th. And then we'll close out the month with office hours on the survey that we talked about. So the other thing I'd like to mention with the survey is we'll definitely, after we introduce it, we'll definitely be looking to you all to help us with outreach and to help us get as much uptake as possible. So I know everyone knows survey uptake is difficult. I hate surveys. So, my survey karma is not good because I definitely avoid them. But we'll definitely be looking to you all to really help us get to as much as, as close to 100% participation as possible, so that we really have a good amount of work, a good amount of information to work with, and so that it's representative of our very diverse membership body. Salimata.
I was going to say that one of the things that you guys do really, really well, I've been a member for probably, I'd say, close to 3 years now. And this is the first meeting that I'm actually able to make. One of the things you do really, really well is like the constant reminders. So the text messages, the emails, keep them coming, because it does work. Like I literally, after I see it, like 5 times, like, oh man, I gotta do this. And then when I finally get that text message, I'm like, oh man, I really gotta do this. So I get to it and I get my vote in, so those reminders I think are really, really helpful, and like just being diligent about that, so don't feel like we're being obnoxious. Please be obnoxious. Like we love it, like the busy people love it because it really does help and brings it up to the top. So that really is one of the things you do really well that I appreciate a lot.
Thank you so much, Salimata, and really do appreciate that feedback, because I know it definitely is a dance for team members, not quite being certain whether or not we are bothering you too much. And then, you know, if it feels like we're not communicating enough. So we definitely appreciate the feedback. And I see Mary put in the chat, yes, we will be calling first week of January. And so we have been given permission. I see Lise also put in the chat, Lisa Mars, please flood my inbox. And I appreciate, because Sally Mata said, you know, us busy people, we like this. Louise said, agree. For those of you who are not busy and for whom it is annoying, please know your fellow members gave us permission. So we are taking that permission. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, we really are really looking forward to hearing about your experiences. So thank you. While we're on this note, because we did hear from Gio Gio and Mary, previewing, we are sending out an announcement email, and some members have been hearing about this already because they've had a chance to interact with Gio and Mary, but we are sending out our announcement email tomorrow, where we are letting people know that we have 2 new community engagement managers that we're actually really excited about. This was it's always a great search when you start off looking for one person and you end up with 2. So we're really excited about this. And so just on this note, I'm putting you 2 on the spot again. I know you 2 are definitely wanting to get to know members as much as possible, and wanting to get to know as many members as possible. Are you all open to people just reaching out to you if they are interested in connecting or having some conversations with you?
I'm totally open if anybody wants to chat. I'm more than willing and excited to like get to know y'all. Yeah.
All right, cool. So thank you. So just throwing out there that you should feel free to reach out to Mary. All of our email addresses follow the same format. It's our first name, and Mary just dropped it in the chat, mary@ujimaboston.com, because I do know, as I said, they're looking to connect in different ways. So the survey will be an official formal channel, but Gio's also saying feel free to reach out more informally as well. Salimata?
I just have one more comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Mary who stopped at my booth at the Seaport Holiday Market, but somebody from Ujima stopped there and almost brought tears to my eyes.
Oh.
It was just so thoughtful, you know, as a small business owner who have done many, many, many different markets. This is the first one where I felt like I don't belong here, you know, because, you know, Seaport is very much a touristy area. So I do very different food. That's what I stand for. That's what my business does. And people are going there. They want the chowders. They want the lobster rolls. They want things that represent the Boston experience. And I'm the antithesis of that. And so I've been having a very hard time, and to like have somebody from Ujima come out and say, hey, I saw you were going to be here. I came out to support you and just say hi. Oh my God. It was just like, just one of those moments. So I want to say thank you. So Mary, I don't know if it was you, you know, but know that we love hearing from you. Like when you pick up the phone, you call us, you email us, or, you know, you show up, like it makes such a big difference. So I just wanted to say, whoever she was, I don't remember her name because I was like running around, like doing orders and stuff. But just a big, big thank you, because it really made, it brought light to the darkness that I was experiencing.
Very cool, Salimata. Thank you. And Mary's saying it wasn't me, but we'll share with the team. I appreciate that. We have as it turns out, staff meeting tomorrow. So we'll definitely share it. We'll share it with the team and let them know. So I'm thinking maybe it was Sierra, and if not Sierra, maybe Paige. But we'll definitely share with the team. Sierra. Okay, thank you so much, Salimata. We'll share that for sure. That is a sweet moment. Thank you. All right, cool. Next topic. And this is a little bittersweet. And I say bittersweet. The bitter will understand. The sweet might be a little hard to understand, but I'll explain that. which is, I'm not sure if others have heard, but Black Market Nubian has announced that December is their last, the month of December will be their last market. So they did send out an email, and they have announced it on their Facebook page. And clearly that's the bitter part. The reason why I say bittersweet is because we don't yet know what's next for them. So we do still have to touch base with them, have a conversation with them, and see what's next. Because sometimes, you know, some endings, there's very specific endings, but they may be beginnings of something else. And so we just don't know what the situation is yet. So I'm hesitant to completely mourn. Of course, Black Market Nubian was and is a powerful presence. So that piece we will mourn, but we also know Kai and Chris are always creating. So that does make me think that maybe there's just something different around the corner. And we're essentially just giving them space to kind of close out and transition. And then our thought is we'll seek to check in with them next month, as I said, again, just to see just to see what's next for them. But on that note, I mentioned earlier when talking about the events that they are doing every Saturday in December. And I do just want to put in their Facebook page, where, as I said, they don't yet have, not that I could see, updated information about the December marketplace, but I'm just going to put it in the chat here and just ask us all to keep an eye on it. But what we do know is every Saturday in December, they started last Saturday. So this Saturday, next Saturday, and December 24th, there will be a market. So we do encourage everyone to do their best, to show up, to support them, to celebrate them, and to, you know, to send them off well. And I'll pause here for any questions or any comments. Okay. I'll just go ahead and spontaneously add one more thing that I did not have initially on the agenda, and it looks like we may be early, which is this will also be announced tomorrow. We have welcomed a new Business Alliance member. So some of you have received emails from us already because we're partnering up with them on a holiday gift this season, but we've welcomed Comfort Kitchen into the Business Alliance. We're really excited about that. And Comfort Kitchen will be seeking investment. So also letting our voting members know to get ready, start checking them out now. I'll put the website in the chat just a second. So when I look them up, Comfort Kitchen is comfortkitchenboss.com. So say, yeah, check out their website. They are launching in January. The other thing that I'll say about this, they're launching in January. They're anticipating winter, January, that will be a slow month for them. So I think now is a good time to think about how we support them, how we keep an eye out for their launch and for their opening in January. Of course, we will be amplifying on the Ujima Comm side. But yeah, just making sure. All right, so Gia already knows. Gio said, try the short rib if you eat beef. So yeah, start to plan your lunches and your dinners and your breakfasts, and plan your outings in January and February to get them off to a good start. And also then be ready to vote because we do think we will be able to move the conversation such that maybe we're opening up an investment vote around mid to late February. So also just want to get everyone prepared. You know, as Salimata said, we're going to bug you for sure. We're going to call, we're going to text, all that good stuff. But definitely, if you can help us out as much as possible when the time comes, vote as early as possible. But we're really excited to welcome them into the Alliance, and you'll see tomorrow in the announcement some of the places where we thought they were notable with our good business standards. And so just really excited to partner with them. The other thing I'll announce is we've invited as well Cupcake Therapy to join the Alliance. And yeah, I see a big smile from Salimata. And so we're looking forward to be able to announce that soon. There are just some administrative stuff, just some formal logistics before we can kind of formally make the announcement. But another great company that we're looking forward to welcoming into the Alliance. And so I'll just pause there. Any questions or any comments?
That's so exciting to hear about Sharonda. I'm just
Yes.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sorry, I missed the comment about what happened in Seaport. What's that in relation to?
Oh, Louise, maybe it's in relation to your comment, Salimata. So Louise said a group next to Seaport or in Fort Point was started by artists threatened by displacement. And they might be interested in your business. They have a Facebook page. So I think Louise was, if you are able to maybe drop the link to the Facebook page in the chat, Louise, or you're muted.
To it, but I think if I go on Facebook, sometimes I can put Fort Point, and then you might get it. Or
Okay.
maybe if I can get the link. What I might do, you're on Facebook. Next time I get something from them, I might share it with you.
Cool. And then if you do know, then if you are able to figure out the name of the group or their Facebook page, also just send it to us and we'll gladly forward it to Salimata as well.
Yeah, the name of the Facebook page is Fort Point.
Fort Point. Okay, so if we go to Facebook and put Fort Point, then they'll know about it, or that'll be the right page. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Louise. And then feel free to Salimata, do you have a website you want to drop in the chat? Because Louise, you should also maybe just send them Salimata's website.
Nia, I'm sorry. You mentioned about when the investment vote for Comfort Kitchen. Did you say, I just missed it. Did you say November or?
No, I'm thinking maybe mid to late February,
February? Oh,
2023. Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, and so Louise, you see Salimata's website is in the chat.
I was having trouble clicking on it. It doesn't come up.
Oh, you copy and paste. If you copy and paste it, then it'll link in. And I'll just say it out loud for the video. It's just so people know, Yamaku is the name of the company and the website is www.drinkyamaku.com. And Yamaku is YAMACU.
Oh, it's drink. Oh, I'm just writing it down.
Okay, and Salimata just put a link in that you should just be able to link through automatically now.
Yeah.
Just check the chat again. Excellent.
And I'll bookmark it.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Louise. Tamashi has her hand up.
I just wanted to say I'm super excited about Cupcake Therapy and Comfort Kitchen. And thanks to Cupcake Therapy, I am still trying to lose the weight that I gained eating all those cupcakes during the isolation, but Sharonda delivered them to our door and they are wonderful. Even the vegan ones are wonderful. And I'm just so excited for this natural progression.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I definitely ditto on the cupcakes. Very delicious. And unfortunately, I do have to take a break, but yes, very, very delicious. I know a lot of people will be very excited. And then I think this is a good note to end on before we transition into our member team meetings. Gio said a lot to celebrate and take part in come January and February. And thank you to our Ujima community. And actually, so thank you so much for that, Gio. Wonderful thoughts. And that actually is not going to be the last thing I'm going to end on, because Sierra is actually here. And so Sierra, you just missed earlier, Salimata was singing your praises and just talking about when you stopped by her booth in the seaport, and what a very just sweet and warm experience that was. So there's a little bit of interaction there in the chat. Sierra says, I was so happy to grab your drinks on the weekend. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Sierra. So Salimata had very positive feedback from that experience. Now that I will end on, and I do think is a good note to end on.